Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. B's short English lesson. Today we talk about the present perfect progressive. In order to explain the present perfect progressive, I would like to take a step back and talk about the present perfect first. So this is the time, and here we have now and the past. The present perfect is a tense you use when you have something that started in the past, which has a connection to the present, a result in the present, or an action which is not over. You use have or has and the verb plus ed, or if you have irregular verbs, you use have and has and the past participle of the irregular verbs, which is the third form. If you want to make a negative sentence, you do the same, you just have hasn't or haven't and then the past participle. For example, I have already done my homework, with have and done being the present perfect. So now let's go to the present perfect progressive. The present perfect progressive has the same meaning. It started in the past, there is still a connection to the present or a result in the present, or mostly the action is not over. But there is a focus on the length of the action. How to explain that? When we focus on the length of the action, you have either a specific time period or a specific moment or point in time where or when the action started. That's why you have for or since, which are the most used signal words for the present perfect progressive. For example, for 10 minutes. So you have a very specific time period, the 10 minutes. Or when we look at since 10 o'clock. So you have a very specific moment or point in time when the action started. Let's look at the structure next. We have or has and been and the verb plus ing. That's how you do the present perfect progressive. Here are some examples with positive sentences first. I have been waiting for 20 minutes. You start with the subject, which is I here, then you have been, and the verb is wait plus ing is waiting, and then I added the signal word like for 20 minutes, which is a specific time period in this case. Another example, in order to use the third person as has, I started the next sentence with she. So she has been watching TV since 9 o'clock. Has plus been plus watch with ing ending, and as a signal word I used since 9 o'clock, which is a specific moment in time. Let's look at negative sentences too. Here the structure remains almost the same. The only difference is you use haven't or hasn't in the beginning. You can also do it in the long form, have not or has not, but then that is unusual. Usually you use haven't or hasn't. Here we have two examples. We haven't been walking for an hour, or he hasn't been reading. Again, haven't or hasn't been verb plus ing, and two different signal words. Let's talk about questions last. We have questions with short answers. When you have a question like this, have you been listening to us? The structure is have or has in the beginning, then you have the subject, which is you here, then been, and then the verb plus ing. You answer with yes I have or no I haven't, so you use have or has again, and this is a short answer. If you answer negatively, you have haven't and hasn't, and if it's a positive answer, it's have or has. And the last form of questions is questions with question words. Here is an example 2. Where have you been waiting? You start with the question with a question word, then you have or has, the subject, been, verb plus ing in the end. And here you have to give a long answer, something like I have been waiting around the corner or something like this. And again, present perfect progressive, have or has plus been plus verb with ing ending. You use it when you have a specific time period or a specific moment in the past, and don't forget since and for. So much for the present perfect progressive. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.